Hi everyone, my name is Neslihan Saygılı. Just a quick reminder, this is my first international speaking. I hope it will be nice. I want to talk about how to keep everyone happy on a shoestring today. This is a story of that one wild quarter at a mid-sized SaaS company where everything that could go wrong. But before, who am I? I was a software developer who came from a very nerd education background. Later, my path evolved into technical leadership, as usual. However, I didn't get any managerial training. I struggled for a long period. I was completely lost. In time, I really like this challenging path and focused into this direction. And here I am. I will talk about some experience-based approach to surviving the ups and downs of engineering management. Yes, today's parkour contains 4 main parts. First part is a quick examples of expected and unexpected challenges. And second has a handmade answer for my problems. And the third part is searching a wide range of solutions. And the last part has some learned lessons for me, hopefully for us. Honestly, I want to say that if this presentation sounds like a recipe, it doesn't actually contain a recipe. It generally includes the problems I faced and what I did. Okay, to begin with the limitations. I discovered the sad truth that there are only 4 great forces in software development. These are limited budget, limited headcount, limited time, and limited life. Let's take a look at our basic forces. The first one is budget. The budget always is limited. It seems the most important thing in a company, but I know, no, it's not the most important thing. The second one, limited headcount. For last years, we have been affected layoffs or hiring suspensions, as you know. As a natural result, existing team carry a heavy workload. Everyone knows one missing person means more work for everyone. The third one is limited time. The time shortage is the worst enemy in these ruler constraints, in my opinion. You and your team always behind your schedule. When you can barely see the light in the tunnel, major feature list wave hand, and you go back to the beginning. The last one is limited life. I think that this is the interesting point because we are always forget about it. We should keep everyone as happy as possible. That means your team, your manager, your customers, and also yourself. Keeping everyone happy without a burnout. How? You know, the limitation is not a nice thing. As a software development team, a normal day usually not a picnic day. Especially if you come from a startup culture, you are familiar with do lots of work with a few people. After a while, you won't be able to keep with the work because the system you have built has grown and needs attention according to its size. And the limitations will be more and more strictly. You may meet unexpected problems when you already have a busy work schedule. This is my honest slides of presentation because that were real problems I faced. People compare crises usually to dominoes, but they can hit parallel. No, this was an avalanche because the problems come over and over. For example, accidental AWS bill panic. I leave that. And that was very big bill. That was really thriller. Or uncertainty I mentioned about. And uncertainty of layoffs. And also, key engineer wants to quit or already quitted. That's a panic, I guess. And then a bunch of emails from a bounty hunter. Yeah, that means your system could be weak security points and something like. Or you already have 40 points, and you need the cost cutting, and the cost cutting needs extra 12 story points, and so on, or another point. C-level wants a Black Friday lunch. That was like someone threw a Molotov cocktail into your Jira board. I feel you, Kitty Cat. I was there. So, if we have experienced enough a crisis, now I want to take a breath, step back, and look at the situations. Yes, there are problems all around, but I want to see who is suffering from which problem and who is happy in this chaos, if possible. For some resolutions, I use the most basic method that I have been taught for years. I took a pen, a paper. First, write some bullets. After that, more notes, iterations on my notes, and made a happiness table. This is my kindergarten art project, also known as the happiness sparse matrix. Rows are known limitations. That means limited budget, limited time, limited headcount, and limited life. Columns are affected people, the lead, board, team, and customer. The happiness sparse matrix could be unhappiness matrix. Our unhappiness matrix gives us a clear picture that almost nobody is happy. Almost. Most people are sad. Some people just okay. Why? Think about it. For example, customers expect a brand new feature because new feature request is free and cool. But company had not enough headcount, and also your team can't spend extra time. So, another example, salary raise less than expected. Team disappointed and lost their motivations. Or you forgot the upgrading required version of main services dependency, but the customer doesn't even care. Who is stuck under the pile of the problems? As we cut the table into two pieces, customer and company, actually. Because customer mostly okay, and your company is not okay. Your company mostly sad. So we can interpret this situation like one side's concrete problems could be another side's virtual problems. Our real problems, that means salary raises, below salary raise, and other dependency upgrading, our real problems are not real problem for customers. Yes, we can say, and we can see, we are stuck under the pile. This is not a heartwarming result for us. So I should try something to cheer up this table. How? Firstly, I tried my pizza trade-off heuristic. This is my first and instinctive solution, applying pizza trade-off. Instead of trying to make everyone always happy and always failing, there should be another solution. So this situation, why is pizza trade-off? This situation, like you have 7 pizza slices and you are 8 hungry people. So I tried the rotation type 1. Not everyone can get a slice. Someone has to wait or share. That means, in our terms, each sprint has a different team get pizza. For example, each sprint, one team get extra story points to team's technical depths, or use it some hot topic technical experiments. This is my team-based priority rotation. I apply another rotation is getting another pizza, but by on tick. If there is a large task, we can meet together all team, drawing out the anatomy of the task, and paying time, currency with time, in advance. Breaking master jobs into understandable pieces can speed up the implementation phase. That means our time-based priority heuristic. Yeah, I was applying the pizza trade-offs. That was okay. That wasn't perfect, but people respected the fairness.
I really hope you're enjoying this video. Do you know Lead Dev offers way more than this?
I'm a fan of the Lead Dev newsletter. I find really practical knowledge about leadership.
Then I was like, oh, there is this big community here doing all of these content, so let me figure out a little more, let me dig in a little, what do you have?
So make sure you check out leaddev.com.
So my rotation imaginary pizza was fine, I said, but it won't last long because I had to classify the problem itself before the solution. I need to see the actual size of the rock that should I jump over. Therefore, I took a few steps back, began to research. My first find out is not a simple point. This is the moment of, it's not as simple as that, because I understand the rack has big size. I found that my problem, one of the examples of constraint satisfaction problem, it means, which is constraint satisfaction problem, which is in math domains, MP intermediate problem. That means the problem has no numerical, has no clean solution. You can solve for all variables. You can just apply heuristics. Yeah, it seems a dark point, but no. At least it gives me some relief, because even it's in another domain, in math domain, but this is a known problem, and there are solutions to apply. I can see that I was not alone, and I could find help. Yes, I could find help. I found help. Start some heuristic. The second type of heuristic that I apply, making good enough plans. Yeah. There are 1,000 problems in your desk. You should start some point, but how? In this point, take an example by real life. So, I take an example in my life. My 3 siblings are medical doctors, and hospital chaos is normal part of their lives. When I ask them, what are their secrets? And they answer me, they have a functioning triage system. So I can apply a miniature triage to our problems. So the first thing is identify the most critical fix for immediate relief in terms of stop the bleeding. It could be a hot fix or a phone call, maybe. Sometimes it was very useful. And then, secondly, some tasks done are better than the late perfect. I know, because the clock is ticking. The time constraint is always be painful. So it's better to be 70% right today than 100% right too late. Yeah. The most point is important for me, because sometimes you are in the middle of an incident, but other stakeholders not aware. But the incident affects for everyone. So you need to report it. In this way, responsibility is spread. You can carry out the process more easily. Keep stakeholders informed regularly. For example of mine, when we deal with an incident, right after they see the problem, and write a short message on Slack to everyone about the shortage. After we close the issue, hopefully, send a resolving message on Slack, again, that's resolving. The third type heuristic I applied, I prioritize by impact. Really, one morning I woke up saying that not all my problems are equal weights. So I may assign weights to the demands. There are demands from many sides, but we can't handle them in the same way. For example, C-level demands may be more prioritized, but sometimes they can easily mark as do later. This is the first and second bullets. Accidental AWS bill, yes, this is the important and hot topics, please solve now, but generate financial report very early before deadline. No, you can just do it later. Not forget, but do it later. Another point, your customer demands could be multiple, and you choose useful for many people. For example, pending old-fashioned feature request, you can do it later, I guess. The last one is important, solving a small and annoying problem in your team's working path, in your team's daily path, got a bigger positive effect on more people. please just do it right now. Please, and remove annoying obstacle from your team's path. After all these dark days, I don't want another quarter like this quarter, especially a burnout team. So what should I do for next quarters? First things first, we should prevent collisions. Okay, just first, don't just fix the bug. Of course, patching the fix is not enough because you should find the source of the problem and eliminate it. Okay. Secondly, create a root cause culture, not a blame, please. Sometimes you do something bad. The important thing is not to be the cause, but step up and take the responsibility in that situation. Your job is to create such safe and civil environment. The third one, fix one thing fully, not 10 things bad. Previously, I mentioned in good enough fix, but some problems requires almost perfect solutions. Be careful. The last thing says itself, keep the big picture. Solving the crisis shouldn't be to others. Technical to-dos are relatively easy. I know that. I should do right fixing. So I dig it. Almost my enlightenments begin like this. I can't be the only person to have experienced this problem. I can't be the first person to have experienced this problem. There must be someone who has experienced this problem before me, and more significantly, and hopefully, someone shared a few words about it. So I tried to search, and I found emotional bank accounts. Emotional bank accounts is leadership's concept, focusing on trust and credibility in team dynamics. Work as like, every day the bank account leaks a tiny amount of emotional money. Sometimes it requires large expenses, such as launching a new project, migrate cloud providers, rewrite the frameworks, and so on. All of these emotional money, naturally, the bank accounts reach zero. So we want to avoid hit to zero, deposit money from time to time. But how? How to deposit emotional money? In fact, the unhappiness matrix, the lead and the team were affected the same way. In this case, the message of we are together becomes important because we are together. So I have already some habits, and I convert into established principle like below. Casual coffee breaks or lunch, it's my treat. I like it. That's also for me. I like it. Secondly, share credit. Yeah, software development is a hard-working job. Developers deserve praise. They want to see their name on contributor wall. Yeah. The third one, listening. Yeah, I am trying to be a good listener, and sometimes people just want to be heard. And the fourth one, being accessible. The lead and the team are two close parts, and in our unhappiness matrix. Being accessible will improve your bond, your special bond. The last thing is enabling developers to invest their personal tech experience. Our projects are not whole universe. Developer needs to build personal career. Let your developers to develop themselves. You can support them, such as providing good books, promote their hobby projects, promote their YouTube channels, and so on. So, as I said before, there is no recipe, but I can still summarize it like this. Our experiences are similar in pattern, but unique in detail. I believe that we need tailored solutions. For example, my tailored solution is, I assume that I face the avalanche alone, but no, this is a team sport. So I demand my team's help, and we survive the avalanche and move on. What I learned this wild quarter. I learned that, this is my takeaway. I learned that if you seek the perfect solution, it could be in a faraway galaxy. But if you want to find better solutions, sometimes you need to step back, take a deep breath, get some help, and try as hard as you can, because it's about being human. We are all human, and it's a very basic truth. Thank you for listening. Please sit tight. My cats are counting applause. Thank you for listening to me.